Dagombaline mainly hosts persons who migrated from the northern part of Ghana to settle in Kumasi. The women are usually head porters, while the men are scrap dealers. Following government's announcement of a partial lockdown in Kumasi, Accra, Tema, and Kasua, some of them decided to leave for their home regions. Some were, however, not able to leave before the lockdown due to lack of funds. Their plight worsened when some of their structures were razed by fire 2 days before the partial lockdown. The announcement of some interventions by government to support vulnerable groups in the country came as a relief, but they say they are yet to benefit. The residents say they have not received any sort of support from government. They say some NGOs have been able to support some of them, albeit inadequate.
For now, their life is very, very tough for us in this area. As you can see, a lot of that boys and girls, all of us, nobody has able to afford even anything little to eat. Very, very difficult for this two weeks lockdown. So the only time we are appealing to government, anybody saying that they are giving us food or anything is a total lie. Nobody is giving us anything.
So we are into trouble. We don't have any place to sleep and we don't have any food to eat again. We and our children and our wives. So it's just an appeal. If it is really true that government is distributing food, Dagombaline, we are not getting it.
The national chairman of headquarters, Osman Ziblim, says they have information that some persons have received some items from government on their behalf, but they are yet to receive them.
We heard that government said that it's going to give our people food and money. Up now, I haven't seen anything from the government. And we are hearing that this is the one spinal was saying that it's giving power food. It's a lie. If I just decide going to give power food, if you come there where the power are, you shouldn't go to market and stand there and be shouting that I give power this. It's a lie. Our people are suffering here. Are very, very suffering. And they are also beating at the market. The government has given them money. How can they come to the market and work again? So we are begging. We are begging. We are begging. Government and Otumfuo. And Otumfuo is our Kotoko. You should never forget about that. Since that our we are the same distance. So we are going to Otumfuo. If God cannot do Otumfuo should come forward and help us.
For Abukari Mohammed Mustafa, he wants politicians who usually hire buses for them to go and vote in the northern part of the country during elections to intervene and offer them support.
This our structures got bent last 2 weeks, and we don't have any place to sleep, and we are here with our wives and our children. So it's just an appeal that I'm going to make to these our northern politicians, because during election time, frankly speaking, we don't vote here. We are all voting in the north. You understand? So if we have problem like this, they need to come to our aid.
The municipal chief executive for Asokore Mampo, Alhaji Ali Duseidu, says the National Disaster Management Organization, faith-based organizations, and the social welfare are putting in place adequate measures to cover all vulnerable groups.
With the heterogeneous nature of this municipality, with that sort of heterogeneous nature, there was the need to divide every aspect of the item into two. That's three. Having the chunk to the Muslims and Christians, the NADMO social welfare take a portion. You see, with all of these things that we are doing, we're also considering bureaucratic limitations, because I have a role to play and I have my limits within which I operate. Now, as you can see, the items has been bagged. They are now bagging. So it will be too early for someone to complain of not receiving his, while the thing is ongoing. I mean, if they are still working, look at it. You go to the central mosque, the imams are there working. So maybe if you have not received yours yesterday or today, definitely you may receive it tomorrow, depending on when they finish. So I will beg of those saying this to also consider the work that the people are doing. It's not easy. So I strongly believe that by the time they finish, every interest will also be served.
The practice of social distancing is a difficult one for them to practice, considering the number of people who stay in one room at a time. This is a serious issue that needs to be looked at. But for them, A major concern has to do with how they get money and also they get food to survive within this period of the lockdown, especially as it has been extended by 1 more week. For City News, I am Edward Upon Marful, Dagombaline, Kumasi.